through how we can help you. Now, there's 4 key components to one of these businesses: traffic, sales process, conversion, and value. And just to break these down and go into a little bit more detail on how they work, traffic is getting the right people's attention, and you can do that through either organic traffic or paid traffic. A sales process explains how you can help those people, the traffic, the attention. You send the attention into your sales process, and that can be a VSL funnel, a webinar funnel, or a sales page. That then converts the attention into clients through either booking you a sales call or sending them through a sales page. And then when they buy, you help them get the promised outcome. You deliver your value through a course or a coaching program. Okay, so when we work together, you're going to start by watching through our e-learning accelerator training program. And after that, the coaching will begin with Will and the team. The training program gives you the knowledge, and the coaching will help with the implementation. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what's in the training program? So let me just give you some insight there. So when it comes to the first pillar, traffic, we're going to show you what kind of traffic to start with, organic or paid. We're going to show you how to start. So you're going to learn Will's full organic traffic and paid traffic strategies for all platforms. You're going to learn how to write ads, produce ads, run ads, create content, produce content, post content, and a hell of a lot more than that. That's just scratching the surface. Secondly, when it comes to the sales process, again, you're going to learn which to start with: BSL funnel, webinar funnel, sales page, how to actually start. And we give you ready-made fill-in-the-blanks funnel clones for all of those funnel types. And again, we show you how to fully build out, create and launch a funnel end-to-end, and how to structure a funnel for maximum sales. Plus, again, a hell of a lot more than that. When it comes to the third pillar, we're going to show you, well, should you have a sales call? Should you have a sales page? We give you our word-for-word sales scripts so you can easily close calls like clockwork. And we're going to show you how to close sales calls, create objectionless purchases, hire and manage sales reps to do it for you, and a hell of a lot more. And finally, value. Should you start with a course, coaching program, an in-person event, we give you templates and trainings for building a phenomenal product. For example, an online course. We show you how to produce videos, lay out a great training program, create a pitch, create an agreement, onboard customers properly, and a hell of a lot more than that. That is only scratching the surface of all of the value that's in there. Okay, that's just a small example of the value. Really, it's like learning all of William's 8 years of knowledge and over $32 million earned in just 4 hours of video lessons. Now, any questions or ideas at this stage? Let's just pause for a second. Anything on your mind? And then we just ask them, any thoughts, any questions, any ideas. We pause there. And when they're clear, we move to the pricing. And then we're going to say to them, great. Okay, now let me just come back over here for a second. And we'll come back up here. So what have we done? We've transitioned to the pitch. We've delivered the pitch. We've paused to ask questions. Now we tie them down and we give them the price. Now, the tie down is on the long sales script. So if you haven't seen that, go and get the long sales script and look at the tie down between the pitch and the close. And the tie down is this. So obviously we would still have the slide deck open. So I'll open this again. We would now say this: any questions or ideas, pause and answer them. And then we would say, awesome. Now, just before we cover pricing, one thing that's really important to us is alignment. So when you come in and work with us, we are genuinely rolling up the sleeves, jumping into the trenches with you. I mean, me and the team, we are all in. So it's really important to us that you also feel all in as well. Do you know what I mean? And they're going to say yes. Then you're going to say, awesome. And just on a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being like, don't feel like I need this, not for me, I'm going to go off on my own. 10 being, wow, this sounds like exactly what I need. Let me in now. This sounds phenomenal. Where are you on the scale? If they're a 7 or below, you ask them why. If they're a really an 8 or above, you go to pricing. So if they say that they're, let's say, a 7, you're going to say to them, awesome, really appreciate the openness and honesty. If you don't mind me asking, what's stopping you from being like a 8 or a 9 or a 10? There is an objection there. You get the objection, you solve the objection, and you move on. If they say they're an 8 or a 9 or a 10, you say this. Fantastic. That's really good to hear. Well, with that said, there's only one thing left to cover, and that's price. Would you like me to walk you through that now? I'm going to say yes. And for us, we then go, right, well, we've got 3 programs. 1 is the done for you, blah, blah, blah. 2 is done with you, blah, blah, blah. 3 is do it yourself, blah, blah, blah. Which one feels like the best fit? And that's it. Then you're in the close of the call and you handle objections, you get them enrolled, you take the payment, and you're all set. Now, I've also added on here just a few testimonials down here as well. If you don't have testimonials, not a problem. You don't even need them. This is just the icing on the cake. A cake is still very nice without icing. You're still going to eat it if your mum gives you a cake, right? Especially if it's your grandma. If it's your grandma, you better eat that fucking cake or she's going to be very offended. So if your grandma gives you cake, you friggin' eat the cake. Okay. You don't need testimonials. They're just a nice bonus. They're a nice extra. Okay, now I'm hungry. I shouldn't have said cake. I'm actually hungry now. I need some breakfast. So that's where you're going to end. Okay, so let me get off that. So you write your pitch, you design your pitch deck, you're sorted. When you've written your pitch, you either design the slides yourself in Keynote or PowerPoint, and I like to do that myself because I just find it very fun. Or go to Upwork and post a below job. Okay. Job title is this. Job description is this. I'm just going to make this in, let's just say blue. Oh, God, that's too light. I'm just making it a bit darker. Here we go. So post that, and you're going to be all set. And that's it. It's that simple. So your next step is to write your pitch, design your pitch deck, and then you're all set to begin conducting and closing your inbound sales calls. Okay? Again, if you haven't already, listen to all of the real-life sales call recordings that are in here in the training program for inspiration. That is really, really, really going to help you. Listen to them all. Listen to them all. Super important. One final thing. Do you need a visual pitch deck? No, you do not. Does it help? Yes, it does. Some sales reps I've worked with like to use them. Some like to simply talk and read the pitch to the prospect instead. Do whichever feels more comfortable to you. Okay? With that said, get to work. Any questions, just ask me on a coaching call, and let's build